What makes a story strange? The plot, the writing, the characters, or the formatting? Whether fiction or non-fiction, new or old, every book is a window into a vast new world, some stranger than others. No two novels are entirely alike. Humans have been captivated and confused by the written word for as long as there have been languages to write with. It only makes sense that in all that time, we have used our words in many weird and wonderful ways. Number 10. Libertine. Libertine started as a prank disguised as a book, making its conception quite peculiar. The radio DJ, Gene Shepard, discontent with the bestseller list in 1956, devised a plan to expose publishers' trend-chasing nature. He urged his fans to request a non-existent historical novel called Libertine by Frederick R. Ewing, an author who was entirely fictional. The book's title, author, and a basic plot sparked a frenzy among Shepard's followers, causing booksellers to scramble for copies. Although it's unclear if Libertine ever made the New York Times bestseller list, it did manage to be banned by the Archdiocese of Boston. The Wall Street Journal eventually exposed the hoax a month later. However, Shepard later collaborated with publisher Ian Ballantine and writer Theodore Sturgeon, leading to the genuine publication of Libertine on September 13, 1956, over a year after the hoax was revealed. Number 9. Codex Seraphinianus. The Codex Seraphinianus, published in Italy in 1981, is an encyclopedia written in an unintelligible imaginary language by artist Luigi Serafini. Its intentional incomprehensibility aims to evoke a sense of illiteracy that sparks imagination. The script is not a constructed language but a false one, creating the impression of meaning without conveying an actual language. While the text remains unreadable, the illustrations compensate for the initial confusion. The book showcases science fiction aesthetics and presents a captivating array of surreal imagery, including legged bird nests, cloud hippos, and a couple transforming into a crocodile. Divided into 12 chapters, with 6 focusing on nature and physics and the remaining 6 on human culture and history, the 300-page Codex Seraphinianus offers a delightfully strange experience on every page. Number 8. The Red Book. Carl Jung, a Swiss psychoanalyst and the informal apprentice of Sigmund Freud, described the writing of his manuscript The Red Book as his most difficult experiment. Though it is 404 pages, is a shorter psychedelic exploration of Jung's 7 private journals recorded over a period of 19 years, commonly referred to as the Black Books. Together, the Red and Black Books record decades of dreams, visions, and fantasies through calligraphic text and antique illustrations styled almost like medieval portraits. Both then and now, the idea of a well-respected psychiatrist publishing what some may view as a dream journal would certainly turn heads. It took Jung 16 years to finish the Red Book, but due to the psychologist's fears of the book's contents ruining his reputation, it wasn't officially published until 2009, almost 50 years after the author's death. The Red Book is considered unfinished for reasons unknown. The manuscript ends with the word Möglichkeit, the German word for possibility. Number 7. Alphabetical Africa. Alphabetical Africa, a 1974 novel by experimental author Walter Abish, is a form of constrained writing that binds the writer to some pattern-like list of rules they can and cannot do. Abish constrains his novel using the alphabet. Chapter 1, entitled A, is written only with words starting with the letter of the next chapter, entitled B. Uses words starting with A and B for the following 26 chapters. The pattern continues until we get to Z, when all the letters of the alphabet are included. In the latter half of his novel, Abish reverses the pattern. Chapter 27 contains all letters except for Z. Although Abish does make a few mistakes along the way, the majority of Alphabetical Africa adheres to this constraint with precision and creativity. Alphabetical Africa explores its plot about 2 jewel thieves nearly entirely without the use of any pronouns, interrogative words, or even some of the characters' names. Number 6. The Unfortunates. B.S. Johnson, a key figure in English experimental literature during the 1960s, authored The Unfortunates, a notable 1969 book in a box. Its intricate construction has led to decades of being out of print but remains memorable even after 55 years. The novel consists of 27 sections, varying in length from paragraphs to dozen-page sections, with only the first and last specified. The 25 sections in between can be read in any order, offering approximately 15.5 septillion possible reading combinations. The convoluted nature in which this book is constructed is likely why it has been out of print for decades but remains notorious in the mind of many almost 55 years after it was first published. Despite expectations of incomprehensibility, Johnson maintains an engaging readability, defying confusion in his work. Number 5. The Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered between 1946 and 1956, comprise 15,000 scroll fragments, forming around 950 manuscripts. Found in 11 caves near Qumran, on the northwest shores of the Dead Sea, these ancient artifacts have been meticulously studied and dated by historians. Most scrolls are believed to be around 2,000 years old and are written in ancient Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. The translated portions reveal their religious nature, containing both canonical and non-canonical texts of the Hebrew Bible. Over half a century later, the Dead Sea Scrolls remain a highly significant discovery in theology, archaeology, and Judean history. They offer valuable insights into the lives, thoughts, and cultural development of the people who authored them, shedding light on their ways of life and the diversities within their societies. Number 4. House of Leaves. Mark Z. Danielewski's debut novel, House of Leaves, challenges readers, unlike most books. It weaves an intricate tale about a labyrinthine house and its inhabitants through a documentary film. The novel is a blend of horror and love story, employing an experimental, multi-layered approach. House of Leaves demands readers' attention with its paradoxical plot and unique format. Sentences are overlaid, flipped, stretched, and stylized in different fonts to distinguish characters. The book comprises 709 pages of paragraph-like puzzles. Even Danielewski's relationship with his creation is peculiar, comparing it to being a father to a child who has made a lot of friends, forged close ties, and has a multitude of personal relationships he knows nothing about. Although readers are intrigued, they prefer the novel's company rather than its author. Number 3. Finnegan's Wake. Written over 17 years, James Joyce's final work, The Finnegan's Wake, is renowned for its difficulty, reciting among the most challenging novels in Western literature. It delves into stream of consciousness and linguistic experimentation, blurring the lines between reality and a dream world. Despite being almost a century old, much of its plot remains enigmatic. Joyce employs a unique dialect by blending multiple languages, utilizing wordplay, puns, and portmanteau to create a dreamlike atmosphere. Even dedicated fans find the novel incomprehensible. It is often said that writing about Finnegan's Wake is easier than reading it, and some suggest it is meant to be heard rather than read. Literary critic Eugene Jolas admired Joyce's rhythmic technique, stating, "Those who have heard Mr. Joyce read aloud from work in progress know the immense, rhythmic beauty of his technique." Number 2. The Voynich Manuscript. Wilfred Voynich, an international book dealer, stumbled upon the enigmatic Voynich manuscript while seeking to expand his collection. Known as the book that can't be read, the handwritten tome has baffled scholars for over a century. Despite numerous attempts, its script remains undeciphered. The manuscript's intricate illustrations offer glimpses into its content, touching on subjects like astrology, folk medicine, biology, and medieval sciences. Some even speculate it contains information on magic and alchemy. Voynich referred to it as the Roger Bacon cipher manuscript, linking it to Friar Roger Bacon. Other historical figures, including John Dee and Leonardo da Vinci, have been proposed as authors. However, carbon dating confirms the manuscript's age, ruling out the possibility of it being a complete hoax. Number 1. The Story of the Vivian Girls. Henry Joseph Darger Jr.'s posthumously published works are remarkable in their enormity. The 15,000-page opus, The Story of the Vivian Girls, in what is known as the realms of the unreal of the Glandico-Angelinian war storm, caused by the child slave rebellion, accompanied by 350 artworks, stands as the life's work of a reclusive janitor. Darger's landlord, Nathan Lerner, discovered his hidden treasure when assisting him in moving to a nursing home after 40 years in his apartment. Despite Darger's instructions to discard everything, Lerner recognized the significance of his findings. The Vivian Girls story unfolds as a sci-fi, fantasy narrative where 7 Catholic girls challenge an atheistic empire and free child slaves. Darger's deeply religious background and personal experiences are woven into the tale, with his own presence as both savior and betrayer. Darger's intricate watercolor paintings, some spanning 12 feet, complemented his writings. Unfortunately, he abandoned his creative endeavors upon moving to the nursing home and passed away in 1973. Lerner, ironically a graphic designer, worked diligently to preserve Darger's legacy, nurturing public fascination and honoring the author's dedicated years. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts and suggestions. And remember, the fun doesn't end here. Check out our other videos for more exciting content.